Hi, welcome to my kitchen where I am presenting the last training for 2020-2021 professional development for driver education instructors. This is the instructor profile training. I'm excited to present this to you today. We've been working very hard on getting this up and running and fixing all the bugs and issues. And we're excited to present this to you today. I'm going to start by sharing my screen so you can see the presentation. I'm going to walk you through the slides, and hopefully after this presentation you will be able to log in and create your profile and submit that information to me. This is going to be an hour of professional development, I'm glad that you're here. Okay, am I sharing my screen? And starting our slideshow. Okay, so again, this is the professional development instructor profile training. Move my little picture out of the way so that I have full slides. First of all, I want to start with a little bit of old business. I want to thank you, big thank you to all the instructors who have completed their 2020-2021 professional development. I have about 200 instructors so far that have completed their time or are on their way to completing all of their hours. So if you haven't started, it's not too late to get that completed. I do have a link for the 2021 Utah Virtual Conference listed on our website under online trainings. So if you weren't able to attend those live, Utah has shared those. So that's another option. We have the Numetrics training. We have the Highway Safety Summit that was virtual that happened in December that you can attend. There are lots of professional development hours out there. Everything's virtual though. Also, I want to remind you that the NNU credit is available. Please get registered for that. If you have questions or concerns or are not sure if you're eligible, make sure that you email me. I can double check that you've got all your professional development and that you didn't get the credit last year. Remember, you can only get credit every other year because we combined 2 years of professional development hours to make that one credit of NNU. All right, so I also want to thank you, everyone that completed the news and updates training and completed the survey. I had about 157 or so people that completed the survey, and that was very helpful for me to decide what we're going to do for the 2022 conference. So next year, the conference is going to be on a Friday and Saturday. We are going to do new curriculum and maybe some collaboration on Friday, and then that will be all day, and then all day Saturday. It looked like that was the option that most people, so the green box and the orange box, they preferred either optional Friday with curriculum or doing Friday all days and Saturday all day. So that leads us to the date. We're kind of split 3 ways, but the majority of people said the weekend of 22nd through the 24th. So if we're looking at Friday, Saturday, that would be the 22nd and 23rd. This is a tentative date. I am working on securing a location right now, a venue that will hold everyone for those 2 days. So please mark your calendars. This is kind of a tentative date though. I would like to have a venue before we officially announce, but we're looking at the Friday the 22nd and Saturday the 23rd of April 2022 for our state conference. This will be in the Boise area, Meridian, Boise. We're looking at different venues. So again, thank you to everyone that responded and filled out that survey. That was very helpful. So a few reminders, again, professional development hours are due. I've been working on getting your certificates sent out as quickly as I can. I'm working on physicals and getting all the instructors approved. Currently, this is what your card for the new year is going to look like. Remember your pink one. This one expires June 30th. So you need to have your professional development and your physicals completed before this pink card expires. The yellow cards right now are at the printers. They said I'll have them next week. So as I approve programs, I will be sending out instructor cards to the coordinators and having the coordinators send those out to the instructors. So if you are in charge of the district's annual program packet, please get those submitted. Big thank you to the schools that have already done that. I have approved, let's see, about 12 to 15 school districts already. Get those into me as soon as you can so that I can get you approved. Remember, any classes that you start or teach after July 1st are not in compliance if you don't have your annual program packet approved. So please get that done. And then also a reminder about reimbursements. I need those by June 15th to get them to accounting so that they can appear on this fiscal year report. Anything after June 15th, we're going to be looking at appearing on the next fiscal year report. Again, it's not a huge deal, but it does make our numbers look better if we can get those submitted this year. And then last but not least, the new instructor training course will be starting in September. So please do some recruiting. We had 30 in this last class, and we've gotten them approved. Some of them have already started driving. Some of them are starting for summer sessions and are excited to be out there and helping with all of the students that we need to train. I've gotten a lot of requests for the parent supervised driving handbook. Thank you to those people. Please remember that all parents should be getting one of these. So if you need copies, please let me know. The warehouse, I basically send an email to the warehouse and they mail them out. That was in part of the grant was the shipping. So they cover the shipping costs for us and it's just an easy email. Okay, so if you need any, let me know. They come in boxes of 150. If you don't need that many though, we're always welcome to send out less. And then verifications of compliance. I get daily phone calls about this. And then in the summer, the phone calls aren't as nice from parents that are frustrated because they're unable to get verification of compliance forms completed because there's no one at the school offices. And then therefore they can't purchase their permits or their licenses. And so please send out a reminder or make an announcement at your school for the students to plan ahead. They need to get these verification of compliance forms before schools end and there's no one in the office to complete them. Also, a thank you to the districts that have sent out-of-state students that are planning to move to Idaho to me. We have created an out-of-state verification of compliance form because we have a lot of students that are still attending online school in South Carolina or online school in California, but have moved to Idaho. So we have an out-of-state verification of compliance form. So if you're ever in any doubt of what needs to happen, send them my way. Either give them my phone number or my email address. I can help them out. I can send them the out-of-state verification of compliance form along with the law that requires it because people in other states don't know what a verification of compliance form is. So just feel free, send them my way if you have questions. All right, let's get started into the instructor profile training. When I recorded this for practice, I was at like 20 minutes. So I don't know, I'm hoping I can get you guys trained up in a short amount of time. So the purpose of this application is to allow driver education instructors to update your personal contact information, upload and store professional development hours, and securely save required medical physicals. This application and the instructor profiles will be used in the future phases of this application as well. It's going to make it faster and easier for the coordinators to add instructors to their district on the annual program plan. That's one of the phases, is to make the annual program plan in the packet digital as well. And so they can just go through and click all of the instructors that they want on their driving roster. So first phase, plus this gives me updated contact information. So when I send out emails, I don't get bounced emails back saying that this is no longer a valid email. So I'm very excited about this. So the first part of creating your profile is registering for the SDE application portal. So to do that, you're going to navigate to the applications portal by going to the SDE website. And that website is www.sde.idaho.gov. And then you're going to click on the IC button. So ISEE, it's a blue button. It's same area that the gray driver education button is located. You'll click on the IC button. And this is what you'll see. This is the IC website. And you'll click on the education application portal. So the arrow is pointing to the button that you're going to click. And then it takes you into the login screen so that you're starting that process. Basically, when you click on the box to choose your district, these are the only districts that are actually listed in the portal. So if you happen to be a CUNA teacher, your school district's actually there, you can choose that. For the majority of the state and all the other school districts that you don't see listed here, we're going to choose other. So if you're a private driving company that is contracting with a school district, you're going to choose other as well. And then you're going to click the blue sign in button that's hidden by this box right now. So when you get to the sign in page, unless you, for some reason, are in IC already, not sure why driver education instructors might be, but in case you are, you would just sign in. The rest of us, we're going to have to register. So you'll click the registration word right there, big yellow arrow, and that's going to take us to the registration page. So when you're registering, you're going to use your district email address, unless you don't have a district email address, and then you're going to use your personal email address that hopefully is accurate. You're going to enter your first and last name, and then start typing your district name to select your district from the drop-down list of, and this one includes all the districts, all the charter schools. You'll see it's a much more intensive list. You're going to have a password. It needs to be at least 8 characters in length, upper and lowercase letter, a digit, and a symbol. You're going to enter your password again to confirm. You're going to click that you're not a robot, and then you're going to identify all the correct images, like all the bridges, whatever. Good luck with that. I never get them right. And then you're going to click register. So basically, this is the page. This is what you're going to be entering. Remember, for name, first and last name in there, and then organization. So some tips on this, about this registration page. If you don't have a school district email, okay, for some reason, because maybe you're retired or you're a private driving business that contracts with the school, you're going to use your personal email address. Otherwise, if you have a school email, please use that. Some of the organizations are challenging to find. So West Ada is listed as joint school district number 2. There's others that are kind of confusing to locate. If you're unable to locate your school district, or you're a private driving school, or maybe you're a charter school that isn't listed, go ahead and select district organization not listed. So that's one of the options for you to choose. So after you complete that page and you submit your information and you hit register, an email will be sent to your district or personal email account with the information needed to complete the registration process. So basically, like all the other times that you have to verify, you'll click on verify your email address. So once you have verified your email address, then you're going to be able to log into the SDE application portal. So now after you verify your password and your email address, you're going to go to this website. It's https://apps2.sde.idaho.gov/driver-education/. Okay, so you might want to write that down now. I also included this one in the email about this training, so that link is also there. It's also going to be a button on the instructor page of the driver education website, so that you don't need to remember this in the future. If, you know, a couple months down the road you move and need to change your address, you can just go to the driver education instructor page and click on the link there, and it'll take you to this site. Okay. So you're going to log in, use your password that you just created, your email address. You'll see when you log in over on the right side, there's the email address that I used for the test of this. And then on the left side, it will say instructor profile. That is the link that you're going to click. So over on the left side, it says instructor profile. You'll click that, and it'll take you to next page. It will say that you currently do not have an instructor profile. You need to click here to begin creating your profile. So once you click here, it brings up all the information just like a normal form. Okay, you'll need to complete all of this information. Please make sure your driver license number is accurate. So our driver's license numbers, we have letter, and then we have 6 numbers, and then we have another letter. So a lot of you turn in your driver license number with letter, and then all the rest are numbers. And so make sure that that last digit is actually a letter, not a number. Okay. And then you're going to submit, I need a primary email address, primary phone number, and then please select the phone type. Eventually, maybe we'll be able to do text message alerts, but that's in the future. So we'll see. If you'd like, you can also add secondary email options as well. Okay, so then when did you first start teaching driver education? You'll fill in the year there. And then it says, please check all that apply. So if you're a public instructor or a private instructor, if you're both, you can click both. I do have quite a few instructors that also have their private driving business licenses as well. So you'll click that. So if you are a public instructor, it is going to drop down some more information. Public instructors are required to attach a current physical and proof of 8 hours of professional development yearly. Okay, so it will open up some more files that you'll need to add. Before we get to that though, I skipped over, going back, sorry. Select all the districts where you are currently teaching driver education. So here is where, if you're teaching, say, I'm just gonna use Boise because it's here. If you're teaching for Boise, but you also teach for West Ada and sometimes Mountain Home, then start with the one that you do the majority of your teaching at. It will help me when I'm classifying and organizing. So you can list as many as you need to, but select the first one as your primary, okay? All right, so going back to your professional development hours that you need to complete. So I tried to explain this the easiest way I knew how. Your professional development hours are completed prior to certification for the next school year. So for example, if you're attending an 8-hour conference in April 2021, it will fulfill your hour requirements for licensing during the 2021-2022 school year. So licensing runs from July 1st to June 30th. Okay, so typically when we are not in a COVID pandemic and we just attend our one conference, that one conference hours, they go to certify you for the next year. So you fulfill them in this school year, but then I use them to make sure that you're certified. So I hope that makes sense. How you're going to select your files. So you'll click select file. And as you can see, it will bring up a window to search for your file. So I attached my new medical examination and I entered the expiration date. Okay, please make sure that you enter your expiration date. Okay. And then below that, you'll add your professional development hours. So again, you click select file, it'll bring up your browser window where you can go and select your files. So it is going to be beneficial for you to make sure that you have these files all ready when you are creating your profile. So if you need your certificates again that I sent you, go ahead and email me, let me know. I have everything saved. So as you can see, I selected my PAC Northwest certificate. I'm applying it to, it's this school year that I did my conference and I attended for 13 hours. Okay. And then I submit the information. Now you can select multiple files. You're going to have to. Most of you did professional development in all sorts of different forms this year. So you can add lots of different files if you need to. Oh, the Utah, I didn't send certificates. There weren't certificates for that. So just turn that email that I sent you that said you completed 6 hours of the Utah conference, turn that into a file, a PDF, and then attach that so that if I open that, it reminds me that you did the Utah conference and I emailed you. So questions about that? Hopefully not. For this training, you might have noticed there was a completion certificate. It was just kind of a generic, but you can attach that and show 1 extra hour here so that when you total your hours, it equals 8. It's just a generic one. It's fine with me because I know that you completed this profile because you'll appear on my list. When you get done, click submit information at the bottom. And then you're going to get this screen. It says, thank you for completing your instructor profile. If you'd like to return to your profile or make any changes, please click here. So just click the here button and you can go back and you can double check that everything is correct, accurate, all your files uploaded. Pretty much it. You're done. So I'm hoping that's not going to take you very long to complete. If by chance you need help, contact me. If it's something that I can't help you with, I'll get all the information I need and I will send a notification to Hector and then he will contact you and help you through whatever the issue is that I'm unable to assist you with. So a reminder again, I kind of already said this, but this training, along with completing your profile, counts as 1 hour of professional development for your 2020-2021 year. So the completion certificate for you to upload on your profile is attached to that email. Your name will appear on my instructor list when you click on submit information. So everything's already there. There's nothing else you have to do. That's it. So upcoming events. The ITD Highway Safety Summit, it was postponed. It was supposed to be in April. They moved it to August 23rd through 25th. It's at the Boise Center. The registration is going to be opening up very soon, like they estimated next week. So I am hoping that I will get that email, and I will send out a notification to you if you are interested in attending. We are always invited to attend the Highway Safety Summits. Great information if you've never attended one of those, which I hadn't before I became coordinator. I'm kind of wishing that I wouldn't have missed so many before that. But if you're available, it's a great opportunity, different perspectives of driving. And that is it. I just want to say again, thank you for all you're doing to keep our roads safe and to educate our teenagers. We are, we're very lucky in our state that we have driver education as a requirement. And that's only possible with help from the instructors. And so I just want to send out a big thank you, and I appreciate all of the work that you're doing. If there's anything that I can help with or that you need from me, please let me know. Otherwise, I hope that everyone has a safe summer. We're only 2 weeks away from starting the 100 Deadly Days. So make sure that you broadcast that and announce that to the kids as well. We want to have a safe summer and keep our fatality rates and crashes and collisions less than previous years. So again, thank you. Contact me if you have questions. I appreciate your time.